Hi, I'm Peter. And the one laughing over there is Katmia. And welcome to the This and That Chat.
Wow.
So we started our podcast today with Katmia already crying laughing.
Wow. But
before we
you didn't even give me a minute to adjust myself.
No, I wanted to catch you because, see, here's the thing. People hear our podcast and they hear your laughter and your wheezing and your all this stuff. And I wonder if some of them think it's not true. Well, now you know it's true.
Yeah.
I literally just hit record in the middle of her wheezing her brain out.
Oh my gosh. So, to me, it's like when I have a laughing fit, nothing can stop me, right? We talked about this, I think, in another episode where I said that the more I try to suppress it, the more explosive it becomes, right? But when I'm in public, I really, really, really don't want to have a laughing fit. There are two reasons why. Okay. And none of it has to do with they're going to judge my wheezing. Okay. It's the fact that I have very sensitive eyes that get irritated at the slightest thing, right? And one of the things that irritates my eyes, which is a phenomenon in itself, is my own tears. When I cry,
I don't think it's the tears.
What do you think that it is?
I think it's that you lose oxygen to your head.
No. They sting. They burn.
Yes, I know. But listen, when you start laughing and wheezing, you change in color.
That's another thing. Yes.
Okay. So you're not like super white skin. You have a natural...
I'm sun-kissed.
You're sun-kissed. Mm-hmm. And you turn like tomato red. And
also, I think it's because I'm embarrassed, too.
No, it's lack of oxygen to your head.
I guess. But my eyes sting so much, right? And so I'm trying, because I cry when I laugh, So then I'm trying to, not have my mascara, come off. And I'm trying, to control myself. And the more I try to control myself, the more explosive it becomes.
It's you. It's a real you.
And then, for the second reason, if you know, you know.
Yes.
And that's it.
And I've actually said it before.
Yes. So if you were paying attention.
Yep. If not, you can listen back a few episodes.
And what was that? Oh, I know why I was laughing.
What? There it goes. I still don't know what she was laughing about. Because here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the truth of this.
No, okay.
Half the time, I don't know what she's laughing about.
That's true, though.
When I start laughing, it's the contagious laughter. And then afterwards, I get told what it is she was laughing about. And I'm like, really?
Okay, because here's the other thing. I have thoughts. I said this in another podcast as well. Sometimes I imagine things or I see scenarios happen in my head that are not actually happening, right? Like imagining, I don't know, that person who was walking there, they just toppled over and fell. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I like falling videos of people. Maybe it's because I am the number one faller. I fall on flat surfaces.
It's been a while since you've fallen.
Wow.
Hold on.
Wow. No. Remember the last time that you did that? What happened?
I'm knocking on wood.
Did you remember the last time what happened when you did that?
Knocking on compressed formica.
No, that's IKEA wood. That doesn't even count. But
here, this is wood. Yes.
I mean, the last time I fell was actually at orientation.
Oh my
walking
goodness.
Up the steps.
Oh, so
up the steps. How? I'm sorry.
You're blowing my ears out
right there because it's so incredible. How do you fall up the stairs? How?
And now you're whispering. now you're kind of screaming, whispering. It's like up the steps.
I don't know how I
Have you
could
seen that
talk.
video?
What?
Have you seen that video?
No, none of the videos that you think I have seen because I don't have TikTok
I know.
and I don't watch Reels.
Okay, so there's this lady, right? That it's actually a sad moment for her, but it's like a moment of like empowerment for her, where I guess she's never like she doesn't have somebody to back her up, and you can tell that, because she's just like, it's a video blog. She's just talking to the camera and she's letting people know like she's done for it. She is she's gonna stand up for herself, and like she like is you can see that she's getting passionate, and instead of screaming, she's like, I just want somebody to see me. I just want somebody to see me. And the first comments are, this lady just whisper screamed and it blew my ears out, because you could see the passion, but she was still holding back.
She might have been in a public place.
She was in her car in a parking lot. But it was the whisper. They call it the video was like the whisper scream heard around the world.
Wow.
So yeah.
Poor lady.
Yeah.
That was a sad video.
Well, it was, but there was positive out of it.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she like they interviewed her. They talked to her afterwards.
They interviewed her?
Videos go viral and they go out and they interview people for whatever.
Viral?
For that video, yeah.
Really?
It actually became a sound that people would use for other stuff. I'll show you the video later. You can see it, but she got like interviewed, and she's like, yes. She goes, I got out of the bad relationship that I was in, and she went to school. So yeah, it was cool to see that there was an ending to it.
Right.
So
right.
Anyways, so today, as promised,
okay,
we're going to talk about Valentine's.
True, but before we do that, you told me to pin something. And the fact that I was able to remember a pin and bring it up to you as asked, okay, is very impressive for myself to have remembered. All right?
Yes.
Especially now, I'm like a menace to myself.
I remember telling you to pin something, and I don't remember what it was. So refresh my memory.
So you text me and you said, I just had a Get Me a moment.
Oh my God.
That's what you said. And then you said, pin it, because I want to talk about it on the chat.
22 years, people. 22 years.
You know, we've been saying that for a while. We're still not there yet.
It's only a month and a half away.
I know, but we've been saying that for a while that I actually thought, is it 23 or 22?
Because we're on our 22nd year.
We're almost at the conclusion. I know.
We talked about it.
I know.
Go back to April 8th of last year and you'll hear it. Anyways, so it was an epiphany. Yes?
Yes.
It was an epiphany for me. All of a sudden, I realized that after 22 years, I have joined the dark side.
Okay.
I have joined the ridiculousness of Ketmia's brain in random thoughts.
Wait.
Yes.
So you have chosen death.
What?
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Continue.
What movie?
It's Lord of the Rings. Saruman.
Okay.
When he tells them to choose the mountain or the underpass.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And then he's like, so you have chosen death. This is the dark side.
Yes. Okay. So I thought you were trying to do a Star Wars reference, and I'm like, that's not Star Wars.
Clearly.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, so I am on my machine, cutting grass. I'm going around just doing whatever.
How does it go again?
Oh, God. And all of a sudden, I get stopped in my tracks. My brain has now put together a situation that I could not stop thinking about, and it blew my mind. In the movie, Lord of the Rings, in the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, Barbosa, okay, just means beard in Spanish. And I was completely blown away at the fact that all these years I've been watching this movie and I never realized that his name was just saying that he had a beard. And that's it. Something so simple, but the realization there
The
came...
connection.
Yes. The realization there came in the fact that I was saying to myself, oh Lord, I have become the mind of Ketmia.
Right. Because now what part of that, because people might be saying, okay, I have those moments where I make a connection with one thing and another. Like, what part of that is specific to me and my mind that you felt like this is how I think?
It's the absolute randomness in the middle of what I was doing.
Correct.
I'm busy. I'm working on something. And it completely stopped me from what I was doing. And I had to pick up the phone and call her.
Correct. That's it right there. It's
Ridiculous.
just these random, it has nothing to do with the situation.
Ridiculous is what that was.
Correct.
Anyways, I've gone to the dark side.
I mean, welcome. We take everyone.
Of course you take everyone. Anyways.
Okay, so
Valentine's Day.
Right.
So for those of you who celebrate, happy Valentine's Day.
Is this going to come out? This is going to be
day
aired
after.
the day after Valentine's Day. So,
Wait.
actually, we should say.
No, it's not.
Is it? Hold on. Dang
What's
it.
today's date?
I have no idea. Don't ask me such questions. Oh, it will be the day after. Valentine's Day is on Monday. And you're too early. You're way too early.
No.
That's next week.
I know, but we had planned on putting it the week before.
I'm so confused.
Okay, hold on. What year are we in?
Wait, did we mess up? And we're talking about something that was supposed to be for next week?
Well, no, because we said on our last week that
But
we were
I
gonna...
think we were off on our weeks. Were we off on our weeks?
Who cares?
Okay, so
this-
we'll just
this week-
we'll do the
This week,
prequel.
this week you're gonna get to listen.
Wow,
to our...
this is how unprepared we are. This is how unscripted everything is. We don't even know.
Yeah. So
Okay,
anyways, go.
so let's start over, right? So for those of you listening, Valentine's Day is coming up, right? And if you celebrate, then cheers to you.
Yes, go buy lots of balloons and flowers and stuff.
And I don't know that I've ever heard from people like why they like Valentine's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people usually will tell you, I love Halloween because of this. I love Christmas because of this. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, oh, I love Valentine's Day because of this. I don't think I've ever heard that.
No.
Even like on the internet or anything like that. It's just not like in the fall, right? You have Thanksgiving and Halloween, and then comes Christmas. Like there's like these warm feelings, nostalgia. There's no nostalgia with Valentine's Day.
No.
Not at all. In fact, today people are going to get a history lesson into the origins of Valentine's Day.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. And it's not anything that creates warm, fuzzy feelings at all. In
Okay.
fact, when you think about it, it's like the day of love, and yet it is rooted in death.
I feel like we need dramatic music in the back at this point.
I mean, it's, people...
And the only thing I can think of is Star Wars, so...
Yeah, apparently.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it would be so nice if we did editing. Okay, that took too much out of you, huh?
Sorry. So I've actually this past weekend, or this weekend that we're in, I woke up a little bit on the sick side. So pardon my coughs.
Yes, yes. And I've been trying to stay away from you because of that. Just let it out, hon.
Yep.
All right.
I think
you good? You have water?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that the the humming created
Yeah.
vibrations in my throat.
Okay. Which one of the waters is yours though? Okay.
This one
Okay.
and that one, I guess.
So, for us, Valentine's Day is
Wait, what's the lesson?
wait. Oh, you want me to do the history thing right
Yes,
real
do the
quick?
history first.
Okay, well,
Because after that, we don't want to be talking about death.
so there was a priest in Roman times, right?
Let me guess. Saint Valentine?
Correct. All right, let's see how much you know about this, right? And Roman soldiers were not allowed to get married. They would actually be put to death if they were, because the empire wanted them to only be focused on war. And a man with a wife and a child at home and love and all of this stuff, then all of a sudden you start to think about them rather than your country. And so you hesitate in going into a situation of death because you have loved ones, behind. So it was completely forbidden. They were like a killing machine, right? And this priest would marry Roman soldiers in secret, right? And when the Empire found out that, I keep calling them the Empire like Star Wars. I have Star Wars in my mind now. When they found out what he was doing, he was actually put in the arena and put to death, right? Because he would not stop what he was doing because he believed that everybody should have a chance at love. So this saint, right, Valentino, is the reason why people celebrate Valentine's Day.
Interesting.
It's a watered down now over the, but I mean, obviously the root of it, how he put such a value on love and he was willing to die for love, I guess is the thing. But then you start reading through history all of these, most famous. What's the most famous love story that is told in
Romeo
literature?
and Juliet.
And how did that end?
In death.
In death. Like it's so dramatic, right? All of these things, and we're supposed to celebrate that on one day of the year. Like I personally am not quite sure what it is that we're supposed to be celebrating. That confuses me, you know?
So we talked a little bit about this, right? Where Valentine's has become a commercial holiday.
And that's the other side of Valentine's. I'm just even talking about what are you celebrating, period?
Well, so being that I worked in the world of commercial Valentine's, one thing that I noticed quite a bit. What are you doing? Put the mic down.
Sorry. Okay, go.
No, recline, but all you gotta do is lower the mic.
That's true.
No, look. Don't touch there. There you go.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sitting across Ketmia. I gotta interject. I'm sitting across Ketmia, and she hits the recliner, and all of a sudden her head is like lowering slowly below the mic.
Yes.
And then she's like gone behind the mic.
Sorry.
Okay.
This is why we can't record our episodes.
Why?
All of that would be seen.
And it would be hilarious.
Oh, but also I think it's better when you laugh and they don't know why you're laughing and then you say what happened.
No, it would be hilarious. We would be right here. Me in my chair, you in your chair. And that's how we would do it.
Okay.
Anyways.
I'm considering it.
Okay.
Considering
I'll take considering it. It's really hot in here.
You're really hot.
Well, thank you. It's a podcast of love. You see how my voice gets really deep
Only today.
when I'm sick? No, when I'm sick.
That's why your voice was so deep. Remember I said that to you like 2 days ago.
Okay, so being in the world of commercial Valentines, I worked for Party City for 7 years. And let me tell you something. The amount of ridiculousness that I saw sometimes was very concerning for me, because there were people who felt as though that one day, and this may be an unpopular opinion out there, right? But there were people out there who thought that they had to make up for the entire year of not showing this person who they love that they love them, by buying them and showering them with gifts and bears and balloons and flowers and all this stuff.
Can we put a pause on that for just a second?
Sure.
Because you said something so amazing right now, right? So, and you said an unpopular opinion. Maybe also it's an isolated incident, right? Maybe that's what we see, but maybe not that many people do it. But for the people who are, like you said, trying to make up for all of the year of not showing and showering this person, right? Can you imagine the wrath if you forget Valentine's Day?
No,
you have one chance to make it right.
On a day that doesn't change, and it's the same every single year, and there's signs everywhere, no matter where you go into.
The horror.
So, there were people that would come in, and this was one of the things that I did not like to do because I was always afraid that they would lose it. But it's their money. They would take balloons, right, like the clear balloons, and they would fill them with $100 bills.
For what?
To give them a gift, like a bouquet with like $500 in it. You pop the balloon and then you got a $100 bill inside.
Really?
Yeah, they were clear balloons.
Valentine's Day?
Oh yeah. It was ridiculous, some of the stuff that they would do.
So now you're paying me for the whole year?
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm only worth $500.
Yeah.
Do you see how we're going down this road here that can cause so many issues?
Yep. And then the other thing is, they would come in, some people would just be ridiculous in the amount that they would give them. There would be like 30 balloons and one big balloon plus flowers and teddy bears and all this kind of stuff, to where they can't even drive away in their car because of the amount of balloons that there are. And we would be running, there were so many last minute purchases.
People who forgot.
For Valentine's. Yeah, people who forgot running in. And we would start selling whatever. It didn't matter. It was like, if it was pink or red and white, if it had a heart on it. I mean, we had a birthday theme that had hearts in it, and we sold out of all the hanging decorations because they were hearts, but it was a kid's birthday party theme.
Wow.
So, wow. Yeah. So, for me, I saw that side of it, and it could get pretty ugly.
Right. Okay.
And people getting upset. Oh, my goodness.
Because things are out of stock and stuff.
Because it's out of stock.
Okay, but so let's put this in context of what I was saying before about other things, right? Because how much money do you think the average person spends every year on Valentine's? And this is, for people who celebrate.
A
lot.
I would say $150 to $200.
Okay, so you spend a lot.
Well, hold on. I would say $100, like $75 to $100 in some sort of a gift. Because
just a bouquet of flowers is...
In some sort of a gift. Mm-hmm. Something that you would give. And then it's the night out.
Right.
And I've been...
Well, if you're doing it properly, it's the night out, it's the flowers, some sort of a candy.
Yep. Oh my goodness, I can't.
Okay, but hold on. How much money do you think the average person spends for Christmas? 10 times, 20 times that amount, probably, on credit cards. Like,
Oh yeah.
every year people go into debt for Christmas,
but
right?
they're buying for more people.
Okay, that's true. They're buying for, but let's just say just on decorations, on lights,
Are
and
you talking about us?
well, I'm just saying, right? So, but there's like a thing for that holiday. I
Right.
don't know. I almost feel like and again, I go back to why does a person choose to celebrate Valentine's Day? Maybe for
Well,
some
hold on.
people there's something sweet attached to it,
Can before we go on, can I just hit something real quick? So I know we didn't get a chance to talk about our Christmas stuff.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, and you're not going to.
I'm not going to, but I just want to make a comment.
We're
real
saving
quick.
it.
Yes, but I want to make a quick comment. We decorate the way that we decorate the front of our house, and we go all out. Well, our version of all out,
Yeah.
right? Because when I come home and I pull into my driveway and our entire front of the house is lit up, it makes me happy. Like I walk into the house, listen, do other people enjoy our decorations? Absolutely. I know they do because we've had people knock on our door. We've had people stop us outside and say, "Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you. My kids love it." Like we get that stuff, right? But I'm not doing it for them. That's a byproduct of it because we do it. But we enjoy coming home and seeing our decorations, right?
Yeah, 1,000%.
So, I mean, essentially, we do it for ourselves. And one day, I can't imagine what our front of the house is going to look like when we have grandkids because, like, the whole house, like, interior, like, the inside of the house, nobody comes into our house to see it. But you take meticulous
Care.
to make every room in the house feel Christmassy. You know? I think you only had like 2 rooms in the house this year that didn't have Christmas trees, right?
Well, our room didn't have one.
In the theater.
Right.
But like but I feel like that's something that you want to do. You want to have every room feel Christmassy. And I think that's great. It's a good thing for us. But like for Valentine's, that we have a neighbor. They put up inflatables and they put stuff in the yard and all this kind of stuff. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But
Well, my brother
Yeah.
decorates his whole house and everything. But I feel like, see, my brother, I don't know that so much as celebrating Valentine's as much as bringing the holiday to his neighborhood because he likes to decorate
for your brother, it's changed though.
What do you mean?
I feel so. I almost feel like your brother is like a hidden Santa Claus.
Yes.
Do
I know what
do you know,
I know.
Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
see him as the inventor type.
Yeah, like
Making toys.
right. So where he is getting his enjoyment, where we get our enjoyment is coming home and seeing our house decorated for Christmas, right? Where he gets enjoyment is in the fact that he can look at these, 18-inch hand-carved strawberries that he has running through his entire front yard. Take 18 to 24 inches, where he hand-carved every single one. He painted them. He made them look like
Strawberries.
like freaking strawberries in the middle of his yard. And then he's got these candy things that he has all around. And like his excitement, his enjoyment is in the fact that if I made that. Now, the fact that there are people out there that come and enjoy it, right? That is just a byproduct of it.
Yeah. But he does. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like we're deviating a little bit, but I just want to say this. But he has had several parents throughout multiple holidays, okay, write him and tell him that their child who is autistic, smiled when they saw the big bunny or the snowman or there was even one child who absolutely adored the giant spider
Right.
that he had, and to the parents this means the world to them, or the fact that their kids don't stop talking about, I want to go to the house with, whatever decorations. To him, it it fulfills him to know that he brings joy to people. And in that way, that's where I kind of see him
Right.
like, and I call him like the Wizard of Christmas, right? But he really has like this magical ability to transform his yard into something that brings a smile to other people. And he's all
Absolutely.
about spreading positivity and joy and like all that stuff. That's what fulfills him, right? So to him, like I see his Valentine decorations and he's decorating for the holiday that is here, right? But he's going all out in things
But
like strawberries.
it's not about the holiday.
It's not about
It's
that.
about the build, and it's about the enjoyment of making other people happy.
Right.
And creating something.
Right.
So I think
Right.
that's the way it should be.
And I think we should have stressed this in the beginning, but of course, like our views about Valentine's are our own
Yeah,
personal
absolutely.
views, and it's like if you celebrate Valentine's, like we said, go and make merry.
Well, here,
you
so
know,
there's a little bit of a difference. Well, I guess first we'll get into how you and I.
arrived at that conclusion.
Yes.
At that, yeah. At
So
that
let's go
assessment of
into
it.
that.
But I'm saying, and if you spend a lot of money on Valentine's, it's your money to spend, So you do you and enjoy doing you, As to me, it's like I think that even though I can justify spending money on Christmas decorations, right? Because that's what I enjoy doing. I know that people get into debt at Christmas time for the wrong reasons as well.
Yep.
Because you feel obliged to have the best house or obliged to give the best gift. And so I think everything can have a negative motivation to it, of course, But I had never, ever in my life celebrated Valentine's. That's not something that was celebrated in my house ever. And I think I actually at some point saw the heart-shaped candy that said "Be Mine" and something like that. And I remember having one and thinking it tasted like an antacid.
Those chocolates are really not
No, they weren't
great.
chocolates. They were like some sort of like a minty
Oh,
candy.
yeah. The what are those called?
They said "Be Mine."
Yeah, it's the little like the chalky candy.
Chalky.
Yeah.
I did not think it was good at all. I don't even remember how I got my hands on it, but then here you and I are at 18 years old, and it's Valentine's, and I don't even really know that, and I'm trying to remember back so many years, right? But I don't even think that there was any expectation I particularly had about like, oh, now that we're together, that I have a boyfriend, I'm gonna get something for Valentine's. I don't remember having those expectations. Also, I didn't really think I knew what you were expecting for Valentine's or anything. I mean, I remember in the circle of people that I knew just either hearing, he better get me blank, blank, blank.
Yep.
Or, what am I going to do? I'm all alone for Valentine's Day. And it was just like the desperation of, I have nobody. And I feel like, what a thing to have so much pressure that it's Valentine's Day and you're alone. People feel that same pressure for New Year's Eve for some reason.
Well, you're supposed to bring in the new year with somebody.
Someone, right? But there's family. Why can't it be family?
Because sometimes it's
So,
it's the desire. I think the desire goes
but
further.
it's socially motivated as well.
But
It's part of being in the
desire,
herd.
The desire goes further than just
True.
the holiday.
Probably.
It just gets highlighted. With
I wonder
the
how many
holiday.
people are mad that we don't support Valentine's Day. But anyway,
Sorry.
we were already together for a month and a half, right? And so I remember that you brought me flowers. Do you remember what color flowers you
They
gave
were
me?
yellow roses.
Yellow roses. This is how very little we knew each other, okay? Like, you had never even asked me what kind of flowers do you like, right? And I don't know that I would have known back then, but for some reason, I just didn't have a thing for roses, right?
And I knew that you didn't I knew that you didn't like red.
No, it's not that I don't like red.
Well, I know, but like for flowers, because you had talked about, I had gotten you flowers before, and it was just like a spring mix. I want to say I did, or you bought yourself some flowers for the house,
Maybe.
and it was a spring mix with just little flowers and yellows and all that kind of stuff.
Wildflowers.
Right, and you had said, I think you had mentioned something about the yellow in there, which is the reason why I chose yellow.
But do you remember what you told me about the yellow roses, what they represented?
Well, yellow roses represent friendship.
Do you remember telling me that?
I don't.
You did. And because that confused me. When you gave me yellow roses on Valentine's Day, it confused me because I was like, they're not even red in my mind. They're not even red, right? Forget that I'm not into roses. They're not even red. And then you said they represent friendship. In my mind at that moment, the first thing that I thought was, this boy could not find red roses and he just bought whatever he found. And that's why I got yellow roses.
It was, I made a conscious decision to buy you the yellow ones.
In hindsight now, right? I feel like you set the tone for what the rest of our life was going to be, which was this friends, like, I don't know, this foundation of friendship between us, which I could not have foreseen how that was going to play out, but
I'm grateful for it.
Oh my gosh, it has made all the difference in the world. If we could impart any wisdom on a young couple,
is be friends before anything.
We need to do an episode about that.
Well, what?
About, I don't know, our own little bits of wisdom that we've gathered over the years for our anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
Keep listening.
Little tidbits.
It's only a month and a half away.
And encouragements, I guess, that we could give other young couples. But things that we've learned, because we've had to learn the hard way through different things. So if we can spare anyone. But anyway, I didn't appreciate, I don't think, at that time, what the friendship was going to mean. Of course, and that's what I'm saying. I couldn't have known, but now that I see it, it's like, okay, like you valued, even if it was in a subconscious way, you valued our friendship over romance. And that was game-changing.
So part of that had to do with the fact that I had had some bad relationships where I didn't want to be there because there was no, like, to me, it's so important to be able to sit, like with us. Yesterday, when we were making dinner, you made a comment. It's just me and Katmia are in the kitchen, and I'm, she's preparing the fish, and I'm doing the zucchini, and we're doing two different things, working next to each other. And she made a comment of, is this our new life? Are we just gonna be able to sit in silence in a room doing something? And my response to her was, we talk so much all the time that sometimes us sitting in silence isn't a bad thing. I think it's us just recharging our talking motors to be able to go right back into it, because we look forward and spend all of our time together as best friends. I mean, yesterday we played Halo throughout the day, and we watched movies. We stayed up till 2:30 in the morning last night watching movies. Like, Like we do stuff together and don't get tired of being together. And I think that that's because of that foundation of friendship. Because if it was only physical, we would kill each other.
That fizzles out after a while. Yeah.
You know, it needed to be. I mean, we've got 22 years in, so we could say a couple things, and speak with wisdom as to some of the important parts. And I think the most important base in our marriage is the fact that we are best friends.
Almost, I would even venture to say that we're friends first, before anything.
I would say so. Friends with benefits.
Okay, see, then you took it too far. Wow.
No, but like, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's like there's such a root in our friendship, right? That it creates this love that is so solid.
Respect, admiration, because we can be like all of those things.
We could have a bad day and be off, and we both know it immediately. And our conversations sometimes have been, hey, we're off. We need a reset. We need to get ourselves back on track because I don't want to be like this. I don't want to stay in this place.
And I'm thinking for anyone who has a best friend, whatever gender, right? That you have that best friend, your person, okay? You know what that's like when you guys have had some sort of a disagreement and you're not okay. There's something in you that is like, I need to be okay with this person because they are your person. If you have no one left in the world, you know you have them. So you can't, it's like the soul cannot bear to be broken with that person in that way. But anyway, I don't want to give too much away for our anniversary episode, but so we had our first Valentine's together, and it was a day. To me, it was a day. Like there wasn't anything
spectacular.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of like what is it that I'm trying to say, because what foundation do I have? I have no experience with it, right?
Right, but it wasn't anything extravagant. It wasn't anything like there wasn't these.
It didn't grab a hold of me, like you understand what I'm saying?
Did we even go out to eat?
So I do remember us being dressed up.
Because I remember we took a picture in front of my grandmother's house.
Yes, and we did leave. Because I remember she said, please let me take a picture of you before you leave. I want to say we went to Red Lobster. It would have been the place that would have been the fancy place for us to go. But see, like, if you tell me, think about your very first Valentine's and what it is, it's those yellow roses.
Yep.
It's the thing that
remember
sticks out.
Dog?
The dog.
Yeah, the white dog with the heart and the big floppy ears.
Yeah, but that wasn't for then.
Yeah. It came with the roses. And the reason I picked that dog is because it reminded me of pound puppies.
It did remind me of pound puppies.
Yep. It's the reason I picked the dog.
How funny. I always loved pound puppies. Okay, but I do remember what you were wearing. I remember you were wearing a long sleeve blue, Nautica, like thermal top.
It was a Nautica shirt. It had Nautica written down the side.
And I remember smelling Cool Waters on you.
And I had my Paco jeans.
I don't remember about the jeans. I just remembered that you smelled. I felt like I could just be embraced in that smell. And it was just so, I don't know, like that and the yellow roses are my memories of that day, right? So they're not bad memories. We didn't have a bad time.
You had just done your hair. And you were wearing a black dress. It was a good first Valentine's. It was a good first Valentine's,
right? So there's nothing about it that we're like, oh, we have trauma from it and we can't celebrate it. There's no like, there's like, some people have like revenge feelings with the holiday. Have you heard about that? But I feel like maybe it's because you were in retail that you got to see the commercial exploitation
but you were
of the holiday, right? On your side. But on my side, I feel like you didn't need a reason to buy me flowers or to shower me with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Words, gifts. I remember one time you coming home bringing me a can of lychees because you just knew I liked lychees, you know? And it was like, oh, I bought this for you. Like those just because moments, I feel like the just because has been very prevalent in our marriage. And so to me,
I pride myself in the just because.
and that's the thing. It's like it's always unexpected, but it's not a surprise.
Right. You don't know when it's coming, but you know that it's coming.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. It's just like that's your MO, you know? So it's not like, what have you done? Why are you buying me flowers?
Right.
And I feel like how unfortunate is it for a husband who stops at the store and buys flowers for his wife, right? And shows up and he is received with, "What did you do?" Okay? Maybe he did do something. Maybe he's just trying to be romantic. Or what do you want?
Let me tell you something.
You know?
So when we were in the stores, both when I was in Winn-Dixie, working in Winn-Dixie, and working at Party City, we would always say the same thing. When it was a random day, and there was just stuff that they were just putting together to take something home, we were like, ooh, what did that guy do that he has to come and try and make it up for her?
And it could be, I mean, how many times have people wondered that about you? So you know what my
I'm sure
perception
they
of a man when I see them coming out of Publix with a bouquet of flowers in his hand, do you know? What a sweet husband. That's my perception of him because that is what you have taught me. I have not thought about, oh, he probably did something or he wants something. No, it's just how sweet, how lucky. Like his wife is going to be so happy when he gets home and I brought you flowers. You know what I'm saying? And it could be completely the opposite reason. But
and I've tried to do that. Now I don't do it in the same caliber with you. I don't do it in the same caliber as I do with you, but with Nikki.
wait, I was going to get to that.
Okay.
I was going to get to that, right? So moving forward, I feel like Valentine's Day for us it was almost like redundant. That's a great word for it, okay? Because, okay, it's a holiday, people are celebrating love, but I don't know. It's to me, I feel like it was just odd, I guess, for you to bring me something on Valentine's Day that was such a specific day that you were giving me something. Because, I don't know. It felt dictated rather than spontaneous. I don't know. That's just how I always had it. But so I do remember you bringing like stuffed animals, but it was for Mikey. I always made it a point to buy our kids something for Valentine's Day, right? Just like a little something. It was like, okay, it's not Halloween and I'm buying you a little box of candy, right? And a little collectible toy that has like a little heart. I don't know, something, right? My excuse to give them a little something. But when Nikki was, I don't know, would you say maybe like around 6?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's where you took that day to be like a day for you and her to go out. And I think that you meant to do it more often than that, not just on Valentine's Day, but I like your schedule and all that stuff. It became like that was the day that you would go out with her, you
Right.
know? So I feel like for her, Valentine's Day may have a whole different feel. You know, it may be that it's it's a day that she feels like she needs to go out, you know?
Right.
Or God knows if maybe if she does go out with somebody, if she feels like it feels wrong, it feels like I should be with my dad. I don't know, you know? But I thought that it was a sweet thing. That was a day where everybody, I mean, she always, you know, was very excited to get dressed up. You always showered her with like all these balloons and flowers, and like you would go all out for her, which I think was super sweet. And also in a child's mind, they don't really understand the concepts like, you know, that you were trying to impart as an adult, but there was this constant of you deserve to be showered, you know. And you have brought her things out of the norm as well, just because as well for her. So that's what Valentine's Day ended up being for us.
And I'm actually glad that it is that. I've never been much for the commercial stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should try and wrap up because my throat is really.
Oh no.
I'm trying to keep going,
You're doing the whisper scream right now?
but I'm suppressing coughs. I think it's because I've been talking
You're dry, yeah.
for such a long time,
Yeah.
so it's feeling
Droplets.
really like strained.
Yes.
So until next time, maybe.
Yes, until next time then. But anyway, again, wait, people are going to be celebrating, right? So yeah, if you're celebrating, celebrate. If you're not, I mean, I think the thing that I would want to oh, okay, your last words.
Let Valentine's be exactly what you need it to be. Don't make it something that everybody else expects it to be.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes?
Yeah, I guess. What I was going to say is really, I don't know. Love goes beyond the holiday. It means more than the holiday. And if COVID put a spotlight on one thing, it's the brevity of life and how unexpectedly you can lose a loved one. So I think that instead of waiting a whole year to show someone and shower someone with love, we should be taking every opportunity to let our families know that we love them, to let our spouses know that we love them, our children, our friends, like whoever is special in your life. Like that's what we need. Whatever opportunity we have, the just because means so much than for it to be on a schedule, expected, you know? So
I have one more
those are
question
my
before
words.
we go.
Yes.
I know that we technically didn't have a proposal,
Yes.
okay? But would you like to share the story of me trying to recuperate our not proposal?
I mean, it is, listen, it is one of the worst ideas you've ever had. So, you know, you were at like the bottom, the bare bottom, right? Where it's no proposal. And you think you can't go any lower than that. But alas, there is another layer. There is a basement. And
Listen,
the basement
I found the secret
is
door.
the worst
I
attempt ever.
I found the secret door into the depths of bad. Go ahead.
And it was because you followed someone else's advice. No, I think we'll
Horrible.
leave this for next week's episode.
What?
Why are we going to say this now?
No?
Oh, fine.
Well, let's end it with that story.
Fine, we'll end it with
Listen,
that story.
we cannot talk about Valentine's Day without that disastrous Valentine's Day.
But you allowed yourself to be talked into jumping off a bridge,
I know.
literally. Did your parents never tell you about if your friend tells you to jump off a bridge, are you going to?
Okay, people, I think, deserve to hear it. So go.
Okay, so someone told you that it would be an amazing idea if you would do a proposal in front of a whole bunch of people that I don't care about. Mistake number 1.
10 years later.
10 years after we're married, okay? Because you shared, I never did a proposal and all that stuff. And they were like, oh, Valentine's Day is coming up. How amazing would it be if we had a proposal in front of all these people? And you were like, what? And they were like, yes. There's a saying in Spanish about somebody eating your ear. That's exactly, it's much better in Spanish. But
Absolutely.
But they did that, and they revved you up, and you were like,
Yep.
So, you come to me, and you say to me, hey, babe, can I see your ring? At this moment right now, I would lie if I said why you said you needed to see my ring. I gave you my ring. No thought about it, right? I didn't really wear my ring very much because it didn't fit right. And so I would not wear it that often, especially with the kids and all this stuff. So I'm so gullible. I'm never thinking that but this is back then. This is sweet, innocent me before life gave her a couple of little okay? And I was just like, sure. Nothing suspicious at all. Because why? We don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Should I be expecting anything for Valentine's Day? Absolutely not. Valentine's Day happens to land on the day where all of these people are gathered together, right? And it's a regular day. Nothing is happening. And all of a sudden, the person who talked your ear says, we have an announcement here. We have a proposal. Okay. And I will never forget that it is. Do you remember the people who were in the military?
Wait, don't say about that because I want to jump in with that.
Oh, okay. All right. So, putting a pause on that, right? And why is it? I don't even remember why I was on the stage. I don't remember what happened. See, that day is sort of a blur to me. So I just remember
there was
that
something that happens.
Couples. Did we play a game?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. There may have been like a what was the wedding game that used to be on TV?
The match game? No,
Newlywed game. Newlywed Game. If anyone ever watched the Game Show Network, Newlywed Game.
We have to share that story.
Yes. We do. But
I guess we're not done.
I guess we're not.
Do
you imagine the people who actually turned off the episode when you said we're done?
Well, no, because they saw that there's still minutes afterwards.
That's true.
Go ahead.
So then, we may have been up there for that, participating as a couple, but this was all a ploy because the proposal was coming, right? And so I'm looking around like, proposal. And then, lo and behold, as I'm looking around, you're not by my side anymore because you're on your knees.
I'm so embarrassed for myself.
I am so out of it. I don't really even know what's happening. You're on your knees holding up my wedding ring saying, will you marry me?
It was so dumb.
And
it was just listen, there's no other word for it except dumb.
I mean, listen, people may be saying you're being too hard on him.
So
Poor
dumb.
guy was trying to do a good thing. I'm sorry. You
listen,
are not getting any mercy from me on that.
I'm hard on myself. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
So I'm confused by several things. These are all people I do not care about. Why are you asking me to marry you again? This is not even planned. This is not even like a renewal of vows or anything, right? If you didn't do it the first time, why are you doing it 10 years later? And you're offering me back the same ring. It isn't even new or anything at all. It's the same ring.
Missing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I getting loud again?
The wound.
This is where
No.
Oh.
The wound is already bleeding. Take your finger out. I've already said it was dumb.
No, it goes beyond being dumb. This is like epic proportions of wow.
No, and the best part.
No. What is the best part? What is the best part?
No, I'm shifting away from this.
Oh, no, because I'm not done.
Okay.
Because I'm not done.
Go ahead.
Not only am I entirely and utterly humiliated, right? Because I hate being put on the spot like that. But 2, I don't even understand what just happened. And 3, every single person in that room comes to us to say, I thought you guys were already married. I had no idea.
We have 2 children that are like 9 and
But that's the
7.
thing. Some people have just been together.
Yes, I know. No, and then.
So now people are like, but then why did, and I'm like,
I don't know.
when you find out, come back and tell me, please.
No, and then.
Here's the best part.
To make my situation dumber.
No, I am feeling bad for you. Right now, I am feeling bad for you.
Dumber.
You never go full.
Yeah, I went full. They shared the proposal story of a military husband
Navy
and wife,
SEAL.
Navy SEAL, who got his Navy SEAL team to come out from the Atlantic Ocean in the middle of the beach on a romantic evening, like full on gear and night vision and the whole 9 yards, to bring him a ring while he was walking down the beach with his girlfriend at the time, and it turned into a full on Navy SEAL proposal, which got the room in uproar. And then I'm looking around and I'm like, I'm such a dope. Where is the nearest closet so that I can go in and lock myself in?
I actually feel so bad for you right now.
It was so bad.
Wow. First time I have felt any kind of
no
empathy for you.
It was so bad. It was so bad. But now we can laugh about it.
Well, yes.
Right.
And it's like one of those things that like they only happen to us.
Yes.
They only happen to us.
Okay.
Game show. And
All
then
right.
this is it
Game
right
show
here.
and then we're going to end. All right. So Ketmi and I, we're sneaking.
Well, right. We had a love for the game show.
Yes.
For that game, Newlywed Game.
Like the old one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we'd always play along with them, right? And Ketmia.
And we would talk about what we wouldn't do and what we would say, because the point of the show is to embarrass you.
Yes. But Ketmia over here, who is the master of disguise, the master of manipulation,
Wow.
the master of, help me, master of making things be the way that they are.
Sheep herding.
What is it? What?
It's called people herding.
Okay. So she's really good at thinking. Okay, we talked about it at the beginning of the episode where she has these scenarios that run through her head and she talks about them so that we can be prepared if we were to we were to ever find ourselves in that situation. She's already devised a plan so that we could be successfully so we can be successful in the
Ready.
situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can
Okay.
be ready. Not caught off
So
guard.
because we've watched the Newlywed Game so much, she's like, we need to be ready because one day there may be a chance where we're going to be on some sort of a Newlywed Game that we can jump on and we can have our answers prepared.
Correct.
We had this opportunity not once, but twice.
I'm glad you remembered twice.
Okay. The first time was at a Valentine's event at our church. Okay. Like, God forgive us. We cheated on stage. Well, we didn't cheat. We just were extra prepared. No, we cheated.
No, we cheated.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So,
listen,
no, but
hold
listen,
on.
I have a gift.
Their first mistake.
I know what you were trying to say now.
Okay, what is it?
I'm saying, like, I have a gift for adaptability,
Okay.
okay? And analyzing a situation super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the same way that somebody can walk into a room and know where all the exit points are, the vulnerable points, right? I can go into a situation, do a quick analysis, and know this is the course of action that we should take in order to be most advantageous.
Okay.
That is a gift
That's fair.
that I have.
Absolutely.
Okay. So first thing I noticed in that event was that they wanted the couples to sit on the stage, on like a table, like a panel, right? But they had decided to use a table cover in order to protect the ladies who were wearing dresses.
Yes.
Because they would be higher above. The moment that I saw that, I told you, we can tap each other under the table. 1 means yes, 2 means no.
Straight up.
Or choose this answer or the other answer. Okay?
We straight up cheated.
Oh, yeah, but we had the fastest plan ever, right? Because it was one of those that, you know, the men have to leave the room while the women write their answers. So nobody's watching. I can also tap you with my knee. And it's like 1, choose that answer. 1, 2, choose that answer.
Yep.
And then?
So we go through the game and we're tappity, and we
Meanwhile,
win.
people next to us are like already mad and angry.
Yeah. They're like, how are these people getting all the answers right? We destroyed everyone.
Now, is that cheating or is that just being just super outsmarting the competition?
Will that make you feel better?
Survivor.
Will that make
Outplay.
you feel? Will that make you?
Outlast.
Does that make you feel better?
Outsmart.
Does that make you feel better? Does it make you feel better?
I don't know. That's how I justify it.
We cheated.
So that, I mean, they didn't set any rules.
They didn't.
That's your problem if you don't set
won.
rules.
And we were very excited about that.
Of course, because we outsmarted and outplayed everyone.
Yes. So then, the second time that we got to play, we were on a cruise. And they always do a Newlywed Game at the beginning. This is not our first cruise. And we were like, let's try and get on, right? So we can win our bottle of champagne and a little trophy and cruise notoriety.
Right.
Because people recognize you for the rest of the cruise after
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because the point of it is that they're going to humiliate you.
Right. So we had a little bit of prior knowledge as to where and kind of what they were going to ask in questions because it's always kind of the same game.
Generic
right?
stuff.
So we got on there and we had prepared answers.
We did because we knew, and this is the other thing, right? Analyzing what are the most likely questions that they're going to ask, right? And one of the questions that they normally ask is, what was the name of your last girlfriend or boyfriend?
Right, before you were together.
Before you were together, right? That's one of the normal ones. The other one is, what body part do you most dislike?
Right, dislike and
Right.
all that kind of stuff.
Right. Stuff like that, right? So we knew, I had not had a boyfriend before. They don't accept that answer. So we decided to use our middle names as I knew your answer, but it was like, for me, already be prepared.
Yep.
Right? And you would be prepared with that was, and that's you. It's literally yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally yourself. And then with the body part, remember what body part you chose for me?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Was it your toe or something?
That I feel like that's what I said for you.
I think that's.
I feel like you said my nose because it was too cute.
I don't know.
And they're like, that doesn't count.
Yeah, we had. Okay, so not only did we come in there prepared, but we put together the most ridiculous.
Yes.
The most ridiculous answers, but because we were getting them right, we got points for them.
And we won.
I don't even think we drank that bottle.
Do you remember? Do you remember that there was an older couple there?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's supposed to be like. Look, the older couple, they know each other better.
Yep. We dethroned them.
Because we are better.
We are
at
masters of
surviving. That's
yes.
it. That's
Anyways.
Anyway, that was really, really good. And I say, listen, if you don't set rules, then that means that there are none, and I don't have to abide by them.
Well, that's on you. If you messed up and you didn't put specific rules in, then as long as we stayed within, the only thing that they were requiring of us was for us to answer the questions. Whether we had prepared answers or not, they don't have to know.
Yep. And this whole preparing, for the possible scenarios, it's already come in very, very handy on the tests that I've had in school, where I've seen that the way that they ask you questions is they'll change a word here and there to try to trip you up into choosing an answer that sounds similar to the actual answer you're supposed to choose. And so just in analyzing the data from that week, I know they're going to try to trip us up by saying these things. I have said that to my classmates, and they have come back saying, you were right. They did try to trip us up on this. So.
You think like the professor?
No, I think in a different life I would have been like a master thief.
And I would have been your accomplice.
I would have chosen death.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us this week as we shared with you our Valentine's origins. And some history that came along with it, no? Anyways, join us next week as we continue sharing more and more of stuff that just happens to us. And I'm sure it happens to other people, but it's not their podcast, it's ours, so we're sharing our stories. Alrighty, see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. Bye now.
Bye.